Hi everyone, it's Jean from the Inky Owl Studio. Welcome, welcome. Happy you could stop by for a few minutes today. I am starting a design team project for 49 Dragonflies, and I have chosen her French floral backgrounds because they're so spring-like. I thought they really put me in the mood for something springy and fresh, and I love these pretty pastel shades in them. And there's just enough distressing to kind of give it a shabby chic look to it, but not so much that it's, grungy. Really looking forward to working with this. Here's, oh, maybe it goes this way. Guess it doesn't matter. Guess it goes both ways. I love the damask type of prints in the background. And this is just 4 of the 8 pages you get, but they are all very similar in their design of florals. And here is, carefully, I've already cut them out, but you get a page. There's also a page of Clipart that coordinates with those papers. So those are the papers that I've chosen, and I'm going to put a link down below to her shop, and for 10% off your total purchase, no matter what you purchase in the shop, you can use the coupon code of Inky Owl 2021. So let's get started with the project today that I've chosen. So with Barbara's papers, I am going to make a little Mother's Day card gift combo for my daughter, and I thought, well, I'll just show you what I'm doing, and it can also be done in journals too. It doesn't have to be just for Mother's Day, but this is the mock-up that I made for myself, and so it has a place in here for making little notes, and a place to put in appointment cards or whatever, or a gift card you want to put in there, and it can be small enough for your purse or sit by your nightstand or by your bed. And then I have it so that it will fit into a 5 1/4 by 4 1/4 envelope, like so. And it can be, given this way, or it can even be mailed. So that's what I'm going to be making today with the papers. And I'm going to be using this lovely lavender print. Really love that. Now I am using 2 sheets. I'm using one just regular, I forget, I think it's like 27-pound paper, and then this is the presentation paper, Espen presentation paper, and it's like 47-pound weight. So together it kind of makes a cardstock. But this can be made with just one piece. I just thought that the 2 pieces together gave it, some heft. Or if you had some nice heavy 2-sided scrapbook paper, that would be really good too. But anyways, that's the way I am making mine. And the first thing I need to do is cut 5 1/4 this way. So it's 5 1/4 by 11 inches. And so let me just bring this over here and whack this off really fast. There we go. And therefore we have this little these little 2 pieces here. Now I'm going to sew these together, but what you can do is you could glue it. Now you could use a glue stick for the inside, and I'm going to do this so that it stays together while I'm sewing. But you can use the glue stick, which this is not working at all well now, is it? Oh my goodness. See, I do not like this stick. But let me just go ahead and use it up because it's on the inside. I would glue the glue stick, but I would go around the perimeter with tacky glue if I was going to do 2 sheets together and only glue. But I just want to get this tacked down just enough to hold it in place while I sew around the perimeter. That's all I wanted to do. Alrighty, it's all sewn together. Now I'm going to need to score it to make the fold lines. And it is more handy with a scoreboard, but you don't need a scoreboard. You can use a stylus and a ruler as well. And so the score is 2 3/4 is the first one. And the second one is at 3, because you want like a 1/4 of an inch, a little bit of a tiny spine. And the next one is 7. And 7 1/4. So there you go with your little score lines here. And then we're just going to fold it on the score lines. And we're trying to work up just a little rounded spine like that. Get rid of this. And we'll fold on these score lines here, like so. There we are. And so now you have this cute little fold over envelope like. Then you're going to cut paper for the little notebook portion of it. So yeah, these are 4 3/4 by 6 inches, and then they're going to be folded up like so. Now if you want to, like in my prototype, I punched, you know, some decorative little scallops on the edge. You can do that, or you don't have to. I think perhaps with this one I'm not going to, just to change it up. And fold them in half, and now these can be put into here. Now before I do, I'm going to take over leftover piece from the inside here that we cut, you know, the strip off, and I'm going to make just a little, you know, cute little cover over the papers like so. So they'll need to be 4 3/4. And just get this in here really fast. Like this here. Just like that. And I'm going to glue that down on this front page. And I think it's kind of cool how it kind of matches everything inside there. I think too, for this one, I am going to scallop the edge just to make it look cute. And we'll just stick these in. Oops, I am shining in your face, and I don't want to do that. I'm so sorry. Let me just do that really fast. So I'm going to go ahead and scallop the front part of that. I think that is cute. And I am going to do just light inking. Just light inking. There we go. And then we'll just take this one of the pages and we'll just glue this right here on the seam. But first I'm going to fold it gently. Fold it to kind of get myself so I can put it in evenly. Yeah, I hope you are doing really well this spring, and I hope spring is springing up where you're at. Of course, in Florida, we have a season. It's very subtle. I think what makes spring up here is that all the birds are really busy feeding their little ones, and they're running around a lot. I know I'm noticing my hummingbird has returned from wherever he went, or she went. I don't know. They might not leave Florida, but I don't see them because my plant is not blooming that they like out front, and now it is. There we go. Even that up just a little tad. There we go. So that's kind of cute. And that will be the outside. Now, I used a stapler to staple in mine. And it is the fastest and easiest way to do this. You can see there's staples here on the back of it. And I used what is called a swing away or a swing arm stapler. And it comes out like this. And this way you can take and you can get right in there, you know, and no matter how much room you have that way, you can staple it in pretty good. And I think the length in here looks to be about like 4 inches, I believe. So something around 8.5 inch wide piece of paper, you could staple it together. So if you just search on Amazon for a swing away or a swing arm stapler, you'll get several choices. And this one here is an Eagle brand. I think it was only 14. My old one died. My old stapler died, and I thought, well, I'm going to get one of these for my next one. And I've used it quite a bit. You could also sew with the machine. You could sew this in with a machine if you would like as well. Or you can hand sew this. So it doesn't really matter which way you want to. And I am going to staple mine. So we'll want to make sure that this is not going to move. And you want to make sure you try to, you know, get it right here in this little seam part. And what I do sometimes is I just lightly distress the edges there, because then it kind of makes a little line for me when I go to staple. And you'll want to staple, if you're going to be stapling, you'll want to staple with the outside up, so that these will be flat here, and the inside, which tends to be, you know, a little bit rough or can catch on things, that's on the inside. So you want to staple with the cover up. But there, and we'll put the middle one in first, and then we'll come down, and then I kind of eye it up, and I feel like I'm about 1/2 inch from the bottom. Maybe a little less. And I eye it up here on this side. About the same. And make sure I get in the middle between my two distress lines. There you go. And that makes quick work of these little guys. It certainly does. Okay. And I am making some slant pockets. And this is the one on the outside, but I will show you how I make the slant pockets. So I have a piece here that is 4 inches by 3 7/8 inches. I probably, you know, it's just yeah, because you want it underneath. You don't want it, you want it to come between these two seams here. So whatever that is for you, for me it was 3 7/8, and then 4 inches tall. So I took a square piece of cardstock for the pocket, and the front piece, I turned it over and I measured 1 1/4 inches this way, 1 1/4 inches this way, and marked it, and then cut it. The second piece, I am going to measure 1.5 inches because I want it to peek out. Well, actually more than that. Depends how much you want it to peek out, but I think I'm even going to go for 2 inches. I'm going to see how I like that. I was thinking of 1 3/4, but I'm going to go with 2 inches. So you'll want to mark it on the top side, and you'll want to mark it depending on which way you want your slant to be. You know, if you wanted the slant to go this way, then of course you'd measure on this side. But my slant's going this way, so I'm measuring down here on this side. Now I'm going to cut it between these 2 points. 2 inches might be too much, but I just want to experiment with that and see if I like it. Dun, 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 dun. I kind of do, because you can kind of see the graphic behind there a little bit. You can see kind of the flowers peeking up there. So yeah, I think I'm going to go with the 2 inches. And let me lightly distress the edges. Yeah, you really aren't going to see these, but whatever. All right, and there are your 2 slant pockets. So let me go ahead and get this glued in. And we're just going to, it's a little sticky there. And we're just going to glue that in here on the side, like so. Want to make sure you get the edges pretty good right around in that part. Alrighty. I'll set this down in between the 2 lines, just above the stitch line down there. And we'll do the same with this one. And then we'll start decorating the pockets on the inside. So this goes over it like so. There. Okay. All right. Okay. I'll go with this one, just because she's got a lavender bow up there in her hair. Alrighties. There we go here, and put on the flower. Yep, it's really nice when everything coordinates. It goes together pretty quickly. And I'll just sit this down inside there. Okay. And then with the leftover, I'm going to make a tag to go in the back. And I'm going to put the Mother's Day greeting on the tag. So let me mark right about where I want it to be. I think right about here is my little tag. Doing this, and I'm going to cut my tags there and cut it over here. There we go. And now I have a Mother's Day sentiment, but it's a huge stamp, and sadly I have to use it. It's the only one I have, but it's not too bad. So that's going to be the sentiment, and that's going to you know, be the greeting card part of this little enterprise. And then in the back you can write, you know, a special little note in the back, which would be very cute. And we're going to put that down there, and I'm going to put this flower, I think I'm going to put right just like that. Just very simple. Just a cute little simple sentiment. My other stamp did not work because it's smaller, but I couldn't get it to work. It was one of those dollar stamps, I think, at Michael's or something. It wasn't a very good stamp. Did not work well at all. And therefore I'm not using it. All right, put that down there, and we're going to just maybe lightly ink around just a little bit, just to kind of give it a border. I mean, that's kind of what I like about inking, is that it does kind of make things pop out a little bit. There we go. And then this is there, and I'm going to put this little tag up on top. Like so. Alrighty. So I think the only paper here that was not part of 49 Dragonflies was this one right here. So here is this, or actually you could probably put it right here so that she could see it and be drawn to take it out. You could also just lay it inside, you know, however you want to do that. And there's room here for a gift card, if you want to put a gift card in there. And then to use it, this could be a handy place to keep appointment cards, or just little notes you want to, maybe coupons or whatever you want to keep handy. And then over here, I'm going to put the flowers, just to give that, since I messed up the scallops. Oh my goodness, I can't believe that. Well, yes, I can. It is hard sometimes to pay attention to what you're doing when you're trying to give instructions. Anywho's, so there is that little gift card, and here is the little thing that goes, the tag that goes inside of it. Now, so what's left now is a way to close it. And I used a Velcro for mine, prototype, and I just bought Velcro. It's in the sewing section, or it could be in the hobby section too, I don't know, but I think I got it at the sewing section. But the thing of it is about Velcro is it can be super, super sticky, and sometimes with paper it can be overpowering. I do believe they sell specially made Velcro for paper crafts, but I don't know if they do anymore. But anyways, I just used this, but I cut it in half. And I think that's the big secret, is to make sure that you use just a little bit at a time. You know, don't, let's see, I've got some here already cut up. Yep, here we go. Is that just use like a half of a one. It's plenty. And because a whole one would just, you would just be so having to, oh my goodness, well, let me cut a new one. If you used a whole one, it would just, I think would eventually rip into your paper, or cause you to rip your paper because you are pulling on it so much. So just take your two pieces and put them together. And of course it's pretty sticky, which is very handy actually. And then we're going to put this in the middle like so, and fold it up and press down. So yeah, it's good. Works really well. So now that is all finished, and we can put a little bit on the front. I have here a little picture, or not picture, but a little image, a little painting, part of a painting image that I'm mounted on some matching cardstock, and I'm just going to place it right here, and I'm going to consider this finished. So these little projects are completed, and these can be used, or this particular idea can be used for any kind of of a theme. It could be a birthday, it could be Christmas, it could be whatever, but they're kind of fun. And I plan to put mine in my purse and just have a place to keep notes and keep different appointment cards perhaps that I need. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that, and thanks a lot for sticking with me, and we will talk to you later. Bye.